So this is a Eurorack skiff case. Skiff being a single roll, fairly shallow. It's got my DivKid sort of artist stuff all over it, made for me by Michael McGee. Some rubber feet. So let's take a look at how I'd actually connect this, get some modules in and build a basic synth voice. So zooming into the corner of the case, you can see you've got this rail running up the side, connected to brackets, which are simply just screwed into the wood. And you can buy a pre-done case or you could build your own, like I've had done, again from Michael McGee. Here, this has got sliding nuts in, so let's zoom in and check out the sliding nuts. So these little nuts inside the rail are what's known as sliding nuts. If I just grab a screwdriver, you can see I can actually move these around. They're not fixed. The opposite thing you could get is known as a threaded strip. So let's cut to an image of the threaded strip. So this is a threaded strip inside this rail. Rather than lots of sliding nuts, it's a strip that fits all the way through, and either one's fine to connect your modules to. So after that quick look at the case, let's get some power in, and then some modules and build up a patch. So this is the power that we're going to be using in the case, and it's by 4MS Company, and it's called Raw Power. We'll zoom into a picture of this power module. We have the power module itself, a typical laptop style charger connector, which then connects to the module. We've then got 3 different bus boards. These are actually called bus sticks, and they connect through a ribbon cable to the back of this module. Again, we'll zoom in and get a picture, but you can see these are what we call shrouded headers. Now this means that the cable can only go in one way, as the cables are often keyed. And we'll zoom in and get a picture again. Just be sure that you know where the voltages are that you're plugging in, and that you match it on the bus board side and the module side. This one is a bus stick again, connected by a ribbon cable with unshrouded headers. This is just a series of pins, no casing around, to make sure it goes in a certain way. And again, we'll zoom into a picture for that. This is a flying bus board. It has the connector to the module on one side, and then lots of connectors through the cable. Notice they've all got this red stripe down. Red stripe down tends to mean minus 12 volts. This is where the minus voltage is coming from your power supply, either to a module, to an internal supply, and that needs to match on the module end as well. So be sure when you're installing your own power that you check the manual, consult the manufacturer, they're all very approachable, and be sure to check everything before you plug everything in. Let's get the power in the case and we'll put some modules in. So this is the setup that I've gone for. The 4MS Raw Power, which is connected and ready to turn on. The IntelliGel Planar, which gives me CV and can be used as VCAs, but I'm just going to use this to generate CV to control the system. The triple bipolar VCA from WMD, which gives me 3 VCAs to control signals, be they CV or audio, and modulate signals as well. We've got the phase displacement oscillator from WMD, or the PDO, which is 4 oscillators that can all modulate each other's phase at audio rates. This is like the synthesis found in the Casio CZ range of synths. We've got Belgrad from Chaos Devices, or XAOC devices, which is a dual filter where we can change these different sort of peaks in the filtering, move those together with resonance and balance control. We've got the Minimod contour generators, which gives us 2 Moog style ADS, and then the decay time is also the release time, 2 ADSR generators. And the keychain, which is 2 sort of touch keyboards that measure pressure to give us a CV out that we can use for modulation, sort of wiggling the finger around, pressing harder, touching more of that key. We get a gate per note to turn our envelopes on or off, or open our VCA, and CV for each keyboard too. So first, let's flick this on. So let's just take a listen to our oscillator. Got the coarse tune, wave select, we'll stick with that. There's a little bit of buzz and harmonic there, but it's not totally clean, but nor is it just a pure sine wave. Now, if we want to control the oscillator's pitch, we can take the CV out of keychain into the 1 volt per octave in, So that works great. But our oscillator's not stopping. This is ringing forever. It's just a generator. So we need to plug into a VCA. So if we take this output into the VCA and then come out of the VCA, we can control the level. But we want that to happen when I press a note, still not drone forever, but with a volume control. So let's take the gate out and patch that into the CV input. And the CV is up, so every time I press a key, this is just clicking on and off. Not particularly musical. So let's take our gate out, patch the gate into the gate input on this ADSR generator, patch the envelope out into the VCA, so we could go short and plucky. Could make this fade in and out. Or we could just turn sustain up and just have it hold on and off. Maybe a bit of release. So that gives us some basic control. Now, I can also get pressure out of this, and I want to modulate the oscillators and take advantage of this PDO. So I'm going to take my output from the second oscillator, but first I'm going to patch the first oscillator into a VCA. So this is out of oscillator 1 into VCA 1, out of oscillator 2. I'm going to patch out of this VCA into the phase of oscillator 2. So hold a note, let's turn sustain up. Just tune down a bit. So we can hear that phase modulation. Let's modulate the VCA with the pressure output from the keychain. So you can see I'm getting tone modulation. Say I want to process this with a filter. I'm going to use the Belgrade, come out of the filter, patch from the VCA into the filter. And the Belgrade will now give us some tone control on top of this modulation within the PDO. Let's patch the X output, which is this horizontal position, from the planar into the FM on the filter. So I'll hold a note and see what we get. So I have two ways to interact. I could even fire the gate on the button. Keychain is providing pitch, gate and pressure, and the planar so this into, say, some guitar pedals, rack units, software effects. Let's try a big reverb, and this is just an external device. Let's check it out. So not that much space, in a custom case with 4ms power, we've built up a synth voice.